My name is Lisa, and I am just 19 years old. I live in a small and cozy town filled with tight-knit friendships and endless gossip. Growing up here meant that everyone knows each other, and my best friend Chloe and I were practically inseparable since childhood. We did everything together, from school projects to late-night movie marathons. Chloe was the kind of person who lit up every room with her bubbly personality and long, flowing hair. I admired her a lot, but I always felt like I was the shadow. I was often the quieter one in our duo while she stole all the attention. Yet I thought our friendship was unbreakable, that is until something happened that would shatter that belief entirely. Everything changed one fateful day when a guy named Derek moved to town. He was handsome and charming, a true heartbreaker. The first time we saw him was at the coffee shop, and Chloe's face lit up like a Christmas tree. I had to admit he was attractive, but deep down, jealousy started to creep in when I saw her flirt with him. Derek was captivated by Chloe, and I could feel her pulling away from me. She started canceling our plans, choosing to hang out with Derek instead. It felt like she was choosing him over our friendship, and I was hurt. I wanted to do something about it, to reclaim my friendship and regain my place in her life, but the sad truth was that I did not know how. That void grew larger as Chloe became more involved with Derek. I tried to reach out to her to make plans, but every time I did, she was busy. I was feeling more and more isolated. I once caught them at the park, laughing together while I sat alone on a bench. A tight knot formed in my stomach as I watched her lean in toward him, her laughter echoing through the air like a taunting melody. It was too much. I was sinking into darkness, feeling angry and rejected. I decided that if I could not have her friendship, perhaps I could at least show her what she was giving up on. In a fit of determination, I started to make plans. I wanted to prove that I was still the better friend, the more interesting option. I began to hang out with boys that had previously shown interest in me, particularly Ethan, who lived down the street. We spent time together, and I thought it would light a fire under Chloe, make her realize what she was losing. Silly me hoped that if I flaunted my moments with Ethan, she would remember our friendship and come running back. But all it did was push her further away. She was visibly annoyed when she saw us together, but that just fueled my need for revenge. I thought if I could hurt her back, it would bring me some satisfaction. One day, I saw Chloe and Derek at a party. I knew that if I interrupted their fun, it would throw a wrench into their little romance. So I walked in with Ethan, draping myself all over him. I could see Chloe's eyes narrow when she noticed us. My heart raced with delight as I could see her fuming, but instead of feeling triumphant, I felt hollow inside. As the evening went on, I overheard Chloe crying in the bathroom about how she felt like no one cared about her. I wanted to help her, to tell her that she was still my best friend, but I couldn't. My heart was torn between revenge and the memories of our closeness. It all came to a head when I decided to confront her. I burst into the bathroom while she was crying and confronted her about everything. Instead of a resolution, it became a war of words. She accused me of using Ethan to get back at her, and I retaliated by saying that she chose Derek over me. It felt like a moment that I would remember forever, with the betrayal hanging in the air like a thick fog. Our friendship, which we had built over so many years, came crashing down in one brutal exchange. I exited the bathroom, feeling more lost than ever. After that confrontation, I hit rock bottom. The next day, I woke up feeling like a hollow shell. Nothing seemed the same, and my attempts to get back at her only led to a chaotic spiral of anger and disappointment. I distanced myself from everyone, including Ethan, who stopped calling once he realized I was tangled in such a messy situation. Life became a lonely spiral of regrets. It dawned on me that I might have lost my best friend for good, all for a fleeting moment of jealousy. The friendships around me were falling apart, and I had no one but myself to blame. But I had one last idea, a plan that might finally kick Chloe off her pedestal. I discovered that Chloe's biggest secret was her art portfolio, which had won her a spot in a prestigious art school for graphic design. She had been working hard on it, and I knew the unveiling would be a big deal. I decided to sabotage it. I made sure to mention to Derek how she was overly confident about her work, implying that her art was mediocre. My goal was to make him doubt her and even make her question her self-worth. But little did I know that my plan would backfire spectacularly. As the week approached the unveiling of Chloe's art, I felt nerves bubbling inside me. I was riddled with guilt and shame as she shared her excitement with me, unaware of my malicious intentions. When the day of the reveal finally came, I watched from the sidelines as Chloe presented her work, and it was breathtaking. The audience was captivated, and I felt sick watching her glow under all that praise. I had hoped she would falter, but instead, she soared. I could see Derek in the crowd, in awe of her talent. The bitter taste of jealousy bubbled in my throat, mixing uneasily with pride. In that moment, I realized the revenge had turned me against both Chloe and my own heart. As the applause met her final piece, Chloe caught my eye. Instead of anger or bitterness, I saw a glimmer of compassion in her gaze. She walked over to me, her arms open wide. I hesitated, expecting a confrontation, but she surprised me with a hug. "I miss us," she whispered, and in that moment, I felt the walls I built around my heart begin to crumble. My fierce desire for revenge lost its grip, and I poured out my soul, confessing everything, my jealousy, my manipulation, everything I had done in the name of getting even. As tears streamed down my cheeks, I waited for her anger, but instead, Chloe looked at me with understanding. We spoke for hours, out in the fresh air, and I apologized for everything. It was not easy, and I had to confront my own insecurities and choices. But we found our way back to each other, stronger and wiser than before. Chloe taught me that jealousy could blind us from what truly mattered, our friendship. Now, we are inseparable once again, but with a newfound appreciation for each other. I learned that revenge is a slippery slope. It corrupted my heart and put a rift between us that was painful to mend. While we still tease each other about our past misadventures, we now cherish our bond even more, living in the clarity of our genuine connection. I have changed for the better, realizing that love and trust are far more powerful than revenge could ever be.